boy.
So complicated just to go live.
Something's happening.
Oh, goody.
What?
Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds, and I'm hanging out with the Nerdettes tonight. And we are playing some 5e D&D Scarlet Sisterhood. So we took last week off for stuff for reasons like Halloween or something.
Halloween.
Yeah, some of us have kids and stuff, and they want to do the trick-or-treating. So, and my kids actually still do trick-or-treat. Barely. One wasn't going to do it this year. He's like, I'm not doing it because people gave him a hard time last year. But then he's like, screw it, I want candy.
You're like, get your ass outside. You're gonna do it.
So, but we're back, and I guess we'll let Megan do the recap, and then we'll go around and everyone can say who they are and what they're doing.
All
right. So last week we didn't play because, as Dave said, it was Halloween. But last session, the week before that, we were finally back in Gryffindor, and on one particular outing, we had a visit from a suspicious raven that we were trying to pretend we didn't notice until Agnetha mooned it and kind of ruined that. But it was hilarious, so that's okay. Anyway, we finally approached it, and the bird vomited up a note that we didn't really want to touch, but had to anyway. And it burned as we were reading it, so we couldn't really keep it or anything. But it was from Cyrune, and it was telling us that the twins are coming. And then we found out from Catherine the Neen that the twins are these infamous assailants from Rylor, and that none of us were really sure what we looked like, so we went and warned our loved ones that there were going to be suspicious characters about and began to batten down the hatches for the storm to come. On one end of town, Deneen had a brief altercation with one, while the other one straight up shot Kenna in the back on her way to the church. Deneen proceeded to gather the rest of the party, and we all met up at the church, where we decided to set a trap for the hunters in the cemetery out back. They were crafty, but we were a little bit craftier, and now we have them in custody, as something Dave said last week implied that the one we thought we killed might not actually be dead after all.
That's right.
Ooh, that's right. Then we kicked their butts, didn't we? Like,
that's
off
right.
of tops and stuff. We were like, awesome.
Thank you for glossing over the fact that Agnetha and Kath were day drunk when shit went down.
Oh,
it's just another day. I forgot about that. You know, they were. They absolutely were.
So before we get into things, for people who maybe join us for the first time, or maybe they've forgotten, if you guys want to just introduce yourself and your characters. And
should I start with? I don't know who's first, but I guess I'll start, right?
That'll work.
Okay. Hello, I am Samantha, and I'm playing Agnetha, the half-elf barbarian, who now has an awesome glaive streaming with magic that can, like, put up vine walls, like thorny vine walls. Pretty cool. But, you know, you'll get to know me. Here I am.
So, Jen, jump in there.
So I'm Jen from Pixelscapes. I'm playing Deneen, or should I say Deneen, a wood elf rogue with a little bit of cleric. And
hoorah!
It's
go Jen. Go Deneen.
And then we have Gina.
I'm Jean. I am playing Ayrton. Who am I? Sorry, I'm in so many D&D games. What is this?
All the D&D
character am I?
Oh no, I know. I do know. I'm playing Ayrton. Yeah, Ayrton Pericath, who is a tiefling paladin of the Beggar King, who sometimes travel with her beloved spirit Auroch companion Arun.
Yay, he's so cute.
He is. He's adorable.
Arun is a favorite. He leaves friends everywhere as he goes. And that brings us to Megan.
Yes, I am Megan R. Miller. I will be playing Kenna Hollythorn, Halfling Bard of Valor. I have a dog. His name is Monty. We don't remember each other still, but we're hoping eventually we'll be able to fix that.
There's been a bond struck nonetheless.
And I believe any day now there's a book that's going to come out with your name on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty soon. I just need to get my ass in gear.
You're writing a book? What?
I've written books. I have like
an author.
Well, of course.
I have like.
Are you writing another one though?
On it. Yeah, of course I am. I'm an author. That's what I do. I never stop.
Yay! That's awesome.
And Jen makes monsters, and she drops them nearly daily or weekly.
Yes.
Or a lot.
Yes, she
There's a
does.
lot of monsters.
It's a weird week, but usually 3 times a week.
Yes. So I believe when we left off, you guys seem to have a pair of assassins at your mercy. One may or may not be dead.
Yeah, I believe I was walking over to check on that one.
Okay.
And really to check pockets. I mean, let's be clear. That's a thing.
It's important.
That's where we left off, right? We killed those
Yes.
guys, the assassins. Okay.
Well, one of them definitely
Well,
isn't
caught
dead.
one.
The other one is ambiguously dead.
Yeah. So did you guys? I seem to think I thought you guys had kind of looted them last time, but maybe not.
We were going to, and then you cut it off, which led us to wonder if something was going to happen as part of that process.
Okay. So as you begin rifling through pockets, you do find a little bit of coinage. Between the two of them, there's like 20 silver pieces, 15 gold, and 3 platinum.
That's right. We did get loose.
Then each of them is wearing a gold with black enamel signet ring. And it basically looks like the letter C with the letter T kind of imposed on top of it.
Got it.
And they were each wielding, they each have a short bow with a quiver of 20 arrows, a pair of short swords, and a pair of daggers.
Do they have any poison? I seem to remember that those arrows were not regular arrows.
Yes, they are not. They do have. They each have a vial upon them.
Ah.
It is unmarked and unremarkable, and it has a viscous fluid in it. Actually, I believe Deneen and Kenna and Agnetha have encountered it before, to be honest with you.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, Durwood used it.
Oh, it's
Durwood.
wyvern poison?
Durwood?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he was okay. No, that was before you were here.
Okay.
Okay, so Durwood was the dwarven guy who was distributing the stank, as it were.
Okay, I
Yeah.
remember that episode. I did watch it. I just wasn't here in character.
Sorry.
Deneen is oblivious, but she
I
assumes
morphed you
it's
in
poison.
early.
She assumes it's poison because we got poisoned.
No, actually, we have that poison on our persons. Like, and I'm gonna pull out a vial of it and be like, I know what this is.
It's like,
Dun, dun,
huh?
The poison chosen to
This
kill
is the same thing, right,
Cusco's
Denise? Like,
poison.
this looks like it's the same thing. I don't really
That-
craft this stuff, but
I may not know much, but they do look exactly identical. So what does this mean? Does this mean you hired these people, Kenna? Is that you can come clean with me?
no. Why would I? They shot me. Why would I poison myself?
What an elaborate
I'm
ruse.
kidding, I'm
No one
kidding.
knows. Genius.
How about this guy we shot? He had a weird cloak on. I want to check out this cloak.
They're just fancy cloaks.
Okay.
Can we steal them and wear them?
Well, they don't appear to be objecting.
Oh. I'm going to steal
All
it
right.
and put it on.
So
and
we
see how
have
it
a
feels.
prisoner. What are we going to do with our prisoner then?
Oh, so is the other one definitely dead?
The other one is definitely dead.
Okay.
Deneen will lean down to the body where it's and she says, "Yeah, now he is for sure."
Now he is.
Just in case. Just in case.
Okay. So
She's been doing that lately.
I think we really need to carry this guy somewhere where he's not in the middle of a church cemetery, like tie him up and then question him after, because somebody sent them. Like, people like this don't just come at you for no reason.
You already
Well-
know who sent them.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, if you can believe Cyrune, but yeah.
With your family.
yeah, but if you got that other vial from the monarch or
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually,
Then-
we met the wyvern that it came from, so that's probably not the same source.
oh,
That part's a coincidence.
okay.
So can we believe Cyrone? Is that like a thing that we're comfortable
You know,
with?
he's been yes, he's a mob boss. He murders people. He might have tried to kill me, but don't worry about that part because
He's
we
also
had a
really
deal that he didn't have to keep and he kept it. So By Ryler standards, that's super reliable.
Yeah, so far he's been pretty stand-up, I would say.
Yeah.
I can't decide whether I like him or not because he's been really rude, but he's also really hot and he's also kind of honorable, so I guess he's all right. Like,
He was in a tough spot, and we mutually resolved that. So
if you like the Nazi sort of guys, you know, they're
like Stanley, he was in a tough spot, and we mutually worked that out.
Nazis, a bit of a stretch.
No.
Total
He's not
jerk.
a human supremacist or anything.
What is he? Is he human? Is he completely human?
Remember, I keep saying she hates elves. So anyway,
Cyroon
what
Giant
are we gonna do with this guy?
is a very, very large human.
Yeah.
A large human.
Yeah, he looks humanish.
They call him Giant's Blood for a reason.
He's
Not
half
just
Neanderthal.
how tall he is. I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
Never mind. He can't be a Nazi. He's Forgive me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, clearly we need to drag this guy into the confessional and see what he'll confess.
Clearly.
Oh, I don't know if the good friar would appreciate us interrogating someone in his
Let's interrogate him in the graveyard then. There's nobody else here.
There's like mausoleums and stuff.
I mean, that's a good point.
You got it. Well,
Oh,
didn't
let's
he break
I
into
want to
one?
do an interrogation in a mausoleum. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
Let's break into one with reverence
has
and
a key?
respect, of course. Yeah, keys. So quaint. Yeah, we'll just duck in here and we'll let these people continue to rest while we question this guy. And then we'll decide whether he has to join them.
They could probably use some entertaining after being dead for so long.
Right.
So what does he look like?
I'll be polite about it. And as she's working on this mausoleum door.
They're both humans with very light frames, light builds. They actually almost like they're built almost like dancers, very graceful, long dark hair. Kind of they look kind of goth.
Hot.
Dark eyes.
This is clearly the perfect place for him.
And they also are twins, identical. So they look
Ooh.
So the twins thing was like a real twins thing in the note.
Yeah.
Oh no! Is he going to be like super venomous because we killed the?
I'll bring the body too.
You mean because he came here and stupidly endangered his life by trying to murder us? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he did, but the thing is, if it comes down to it, if they make the deal sweet enough, we can fix that. So we'll see.
We will see.
So I'm gonna prop the body up and tie it up too, because
I could have fixed it if I thought about it in like the first minute, but it's been a little bit long for me to bring him back.
I'm pretty sure I have raised dead. I've used it before.
We'll talk to him and see.
Okay.
See
It's a
how
wee
it
bit more
goes.
expensive.
So you guys, after you wait a little while, unless you use magic or something, it takes a little bit, but you can he'll definitely wake up.
Oh, he was unconscious? Do we want to set anything up beforehand, like pretend his twin is elsewhere and going to tell us everything?
If he's unconscious, can he auto fail Zone of Truth?
Ooh.
Yeah, I suppose he could, but unconscious people aren't very talkative.
But
then you wake him up.
Shortly after, the spell lasts like 10 minutes. Yes.
That is devious and underhanded, and I love it.
I like you being awful, Kat.
I'm not so sure this spell works that way. Is that the plan? You're gonna try and cast? Are you gonna cast a spell?
We'll try it.
Let's look at it. Let's find out.
In the meantime, what else is going on? So what else? What other devious thing do you guys want to set up?
Yeah, it has to start its turn. It has to enter it for the first time or start its turn there. So it'll probably happen on his first turn.
Yeah, I would say unconscious. He doesn't get a turn. So once
you know whether they succeed or fail on the throw.
Yeah, so at least there's that. I mean, it might not stick to him, but I'll know.
Okay, so
can I cast another one on top of it if it doesn't work and make him make the save twice?
I guess you would be able to do that. You're just gonna be like, we're just gonna keep.
All right, so we've got 2 shots at this. We got this. Do it.
So Deneen doesn't understand what you're doing. So you're gonna magic this guy?
Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and make it so that he can't lie. Like I can't force him to answer, but there's a chance I can make it so at least he can't lie. And if he'd be unable to, and I'll know whether or not he's able to, or whether or not he can resist the magic.
We can have fun with this, you know.
That sounds
Technically,
lie.
this is going to affect us as well.
Yeah,
That is
really?
neither here nor there.
there's that as well. But you know,
It's 15 feet. Just step out of it.
but we just won't
this
ask
is
you
a
any
tiny
questions.
Mausoleum.
So before you guys even start with the interrogation, I will say Deneen can give me an intelligence check.
Sure. Straight intelligence.
You can add history to it.
Go, Deneen.
It's gonna
Good
be
luck
good.
with that.
A 6.
Nice. Okay.
I like it.
So there is an Assassin's Guild in Ryler. And there's a strong possibility these guys belong to it.
Mm.
And on the street, they just call it the company.
Okay. So maybe we don't want to piss them off too bad.
And you recognize
Probably not.
you kind of recognize the signet rings.
So does murdering assassins generally bring the entire guild down upon you to murder you and everyone you've ever loved or known?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I imagine
you have heard
assassins
the
die a
rumor,
lot in their
though.
line of work.
You have heard the rumor though that members of the company have never been known to break.
Hmm.
Good.
And
All right.
also, I believe earlier, like one of the suggestions that was thrown out was the possibility of trying to bribe them and pay them more, and that's something else they would never do as well.
It's not done. So,
But
We
we're
can
not
give
going
like
to try
a
to bribe
punch
you.
card to the spa or something.
okay, folks. So since these guys are probably members of the Assassin's Guild, and I do dimly remember something about them, the company they're called, they're not really known for cutting deals or breaking under questioning, because that's not a good way to continue your career or your life if you're an assassin. I think the only...
We have something to offer him that nobody else can give him.
namely his brother's life.
His brother.
Yeah. So I think that's the only thing.
Punch cards to our spa.
But further, of course, since they're assassins and they probably have a lot of money,
Probably.
we can further send the brother's soul onward so he can't be resurrected. So
Never buy the book of the
So we have
devil.
the carrot
will
and the
be the
stick.
deal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I would just prefer that, I'm not like the most straight-laced of paladins, I'll admit, but I would just prefer that we not torture them. So if he doesn't go for the deal of us raising his brother, let's just kill him.
Well, if you start torturing
I agree with
people,
Kat.
they just start saying whatever they think you're going to hear, and you're not going to get any information from them.
Well,
There's
if
no
he falls under the spell, at least he wouldn't be able to lie in what he'd offered. But still, not so
Sure.
much about the torture.
I completely agree with you. Honestly, the idea just turns my stomach.
Yeah, that's
I
not.
prefer not to kill people when I can avoid it, but
Oh, well, that I don't mind so much. But he tried to kill us first.
I mean, we'll do it if we have to. Like,
We try to play nice. Usually
mhm.
Half of us do, at least.
right.
God damn it, Agnetha.
Right.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm part of this half, and sometimes I'm part of the other half. But anyway,
And that's
Thanks,
the benefit
dear.
of having a group. is we can take turns
it
with
basically
them.
depends whether or not you've endangered a child. That seems to pretty much be it. At any rate, okay.
That's a good place to put the line, yeah.
There you go.
All right. So this guy's since I have manacles that I bought at the market, let's manacle this guy.
So he's very easy to manacle.
Yes.
I
Excellent.
should try on his cape and be like, what do you think?
It's a good look.
No, I'm going to ask
Over
him
there
how
on the
I
other
look.
side of the mausoleum.
I'm going to ask him when you res him how I look in his
Oh,
clothing.
no.
When we wake him up.
Yeah.
So you
All right.
are you doing your speak no lies thing?
Sure.
Yep, I'll cast. Well, I'll wait till he's awake and with it before I cast it.
And since we're in a mausoleum, if there's like a tomb, a casket, whatever here, Dineen will say, please excuse our intrusion. We appreciate your hospitality. Please don't mind us. All right.
Okay. So that happens, and there's no response, obviously, but
Good. Just in case.
just in case. So he wakes up. So a little groggy at first. I guess that went tits up. Lady, evening.
Hello.
Wow.
Well, you know what they say. Sometimes you chase the bear. Sometimes the bear chases you. And he looks at Agatha when he says that.
That's right, baby. What do you think? I got this new style going on. You like it?
So you ladies gonna cart me off to jail, and he's kind of looking around, and
That would be convenient for you. It basically depends how badly you want to be with your brother, one way or the other.
That rhymed.
why did he get away? He's looking around.
He's dead for now, but we could fix that.
But we can fix
We
that.
have our ways.
So
Did anyone ever tell you your bedside manner sucks?
well,
You
yeah.
suck. You're laying dead in the ground, buddy.
I'm not dead yet.
Well, you are in a tomb. But at any rate, so as I understand it, you're working for somebody.
Wait, just a second. And
Oh, right.
she snaps her fingers to cast Zone of Truth. And it's
I like the jazzy
Like the
snapping.
little mariachi. That's styling.
All right,
Yeah.
what are we saving here?
15 is the DC.
For
And it's
wisdom?
a charisma save.
Charisma save. Hey, I have charisma.
Charisma.
Ooh,
So
I made it.
There you go.
Deneen ain't telling you nothing. Her name is Deneen. Really.
As you cast the spell, he tries to like yawn into his shoulder, because he can't cover it. Because I take it his hands are behind his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm watching. I'm actually standing behind him, watching his hands next to the manacles while I'm talking to him.
Yeah, he just makes a big show of kind of stretching and yawning after you.
Yeah. Rogues and locks.
It doesn't work.
You gotta kind of keep an eye on them. So yeah.
So
Okay.
he succeeded
So
his save.
Is it flat
Yeah.
15 or is it like caster save?
It's your caster.
Okay, so let's minus 15 too, never mind. Let's try this again though.
All right.
Did Agnetha make it?
You don't have to make it.
I'm Agnetha, dude.
You want to know whether she has to tell the truth or not?
I never tell the truth. Just assume that.
You
Do I
just
have to
can't.
roll, Dave?
But because if you fail, you actually can't lie.
Right.
You know what? Don't try to tell
But this
me.
doesn't mean you can't talk around the truth. Like play the exact
then-
wording game.
So then at this point, Deneen, as the magic goes off, Deneen says, "Oh, so that means I have to tell the truth too." And she gives Kath a look. Even though Kath knows she failed it. That's what she says.
Yeah, I probably should have had you stand behind me. Didn't think about that.
It
Sorry?
probably won't matter. It probably won't matter.
I rolled a 6, just to let you know.
So he kind of is trying to roll out his shoulders and get out the kinks. Wow, that was fancy. And as you kind of cast the spell, the second spell, you see a blue light flare to life on his cheek, in that sigil of the C with the T again.
They have you
Aw.
warded.
We got rules. Without rules, the world would just be chaos.
Huh. Oh,
That's
wait.
interesting.
I just flunked your save, Kenna. Assuming you even
It's
keep
okay.
it up
Well, I'll
at
go
this
ahead and
point. It
dispel
doesn't
it.
matter
It didn't
now.
work on him anyway.
Of course.
I'm
the
gonna
first thing-
like actually touch the lip on his cheek and like kind of look at it a little bit, like just make a show of doing that because I've never seen anything like this before. I find that very interesting.
Indeed.
It's a ritual the company enacts on all of its members to ensure certain guarantees to the clientele.
So in other words, they've got you on a leash like a dog.
That's one way of looking at it.
I see why. But this is an unusual circumstance since we have something you might want.
He might not have a choice.
I can't actually. You can ask your questions and I'll answer the ones I can.
Well, that would be very cooperative of you. But what do you want for that?
Well, you already said you have my brother and you can bring him back to life.
And we could. It depends on how much it seems worth it, basically. So, all right. Well, so obviously you two are here to kill us. You're obviously from Rylor. Can you say anything about who hired you?
Well, who have you guys pissed off?
Well, we already know who we've pissed off, and we have a pretty good idea who hired you. I'm just wondering if you'll say it. As a show of faith.
He kind of like tries to look at his cheek. He's like, I can't really do that.
Okay. Well, that's fine, right? Ladies, we're good with this?
Close the coffin, put him in the ground.
Can you
What's your
confirm, like, who specifically was the target?
Yeah. And he nods his head 3 times at each one of you, minus your character, Gina.
Yes.
And Kath walks out and leaves the campaign for deaths, and she's gone. No.
She shakes her head and says, "You all are trouble. I don't know why I let you get me into these things."
You know it. Why.
You'll
trouble.
be just
offended.
defended
Trouble.
in 5 minutes.
All right. Well,
But your name?
You asked him his name?
Yes.
His name is Stein.
Stein. And your brother?
Nice.
I see. Did you do that on purpose?
So, your parents were drunk when they conceived you.
They might have been. Who knows?
I like it. Anyways, so what else you got to tell us?
We grew up in the streets of Rylor.
So-
like many of the kids, we don't know our parents.
yeah,
QQ.
I know that feel.
I lost my tribe, buddy. I'm not here to feel sorry for you.
Never mind. We'll talk about that later. But I do have a question for you. Don't let me forget, Agnetha, okay?
All right.
I'm not asking it right here and now. So, all right. So let's say we know who hired you. We know who you were here to kill. And we understand why your client would want to kill us. But here's the thing. We'd really like to find your client and preferably stop your client from attempting to murder us or anyone else again. So do you have any information that we don't already have that would make this worthwhile?
How about I recommend a place to go grab a drink the next time you're in Rylor? Why don't you check out the Golden Goblin?
Okay. Should we say you recommended it? Or never mention your names to anyone ever?
We don't exist.
Okay. If we ever wanted to hire you, how would we go about doing so?
I think we're about to be retired.
I don't blame you. That might be a good idea.
Can I insight check his thing when he tells us where to go? Like, because I immediately think, well, this is a trap that the company sends everyone who captures their their people are told to like, oh, well, if you want to find out more, go to this death trap where we're waiting to ambush and kill you when there's, 20 of us as opposed to just 2.
Yeah, you can absolutely.
Well, we have ways of carrying that out.
You can make a check.
Nope.
Not
unless the 7 does it.
So
can I try to?
Yeah, sure. His mannerisms seem kind of like cool and professional.
Sure.
Like he's lost and he knows it and he's kind of accepted it.
Would it help you if we took that rune off your cheek?
That's what I've been getting at.
Yeah, it would.
And then you two could retire without entanglements.
That might be difficult.
Tell me what you can about the ritual. And I'm like getting my notebook out, getting ready to write stuff down.
Wait, haven't we seen Kath dispel magic before?
Yeah,
yes,
but this is...
I could try it.
Just saying.
I mean, it would definitely be worth a shot. I've got a sneaking suspicion this is going to be more complicated than that, but...
Or we can cut it out and then I could heal his cheek.
Aw. That's
well, I mean, we had a bunch of troglodytes that had a problem that was similar to this at one point, and cutting it didn't help. I still feel so bad for hurting poor Kresk like that.
You should.
You're such a savage, Kenna.
Hey, Kresk is still alive, as far as we know, which is good, as far as we know.
I know, I really liked him. He was such a sweetie.
I regret nothing.
So, he kind of goes through and explains the ritual, and it really it's very similar to any ritual you would expect from like a fraternity or sorority organization. It's very like you kind of start to. I see a cat.
Pussy.
You start to kind of like dissect like parts of the ritual that are clearly arcane and magical, and other parts that are more of just like pomp and ceremony. So give me an Arcana check with disadvantage, and I will.
All right.
And if you DC 15.
Let's see, and I've got Jack of Trades, so that would be... Oh my god, I hit it exactly. It's 15.
Okay, so
all right.
You believe that it was a fairly powerful mage that would have performed this ritual, and but just beneath like the upper tiers of spellcasters, and that would be like 6th level and above, without getting like too gamey.
Okay, so whoever did this was probably at least middle ground serious business. This isn't going to be easy, but
yeah, not quite an.
Is there anything we can? Is there anything that we can do, like looking through the ritual and stuff, that would make the dispel easier to cast? Like anything we could do to work backwards toward the magic, like on a science-y level?
I will actually, if you make an Arcana DC 10 check, I will let you drop your highest level spell slot into help empower this spell.
Ooh.
And give Kath advantage on her caster check if she doesn't use a spell level that's high enough.
I made the Arcana check, but I'm gonna have to rest because I don't have that spell right now because I used it in the fight.
Yeah, but it's to give Kath advantage because she's got the dispel magic.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but I'd have to drop the spell to give her advantage on the check. In other words, we're gonna have to do this tomorrow.
Can we leave him dead for a day and still get him?
Then I'd have to res both of them.
No, I mean the brother, the dead one.
Oh, yes,
Already
yes.
dead one.
Or should we wake him up now?
I have a week to cast that spell, so it'd be just disturbed tomorrow.
Okay,
Yep.
let's just leave the brother then. Well, no, we've got to keep him, don't we?
Yeah, we cannot just leave him in some stranger's
If we-
mausoleum. What if
we-
they come
yeah,
back?
that's not nice to the residents.
Do we want to maybe take him back to the bathhouse?
I believe
He get an objective outsider's opinion / review.
That's true. We could give him a nice. We do still have his brother, who I could squirrel away somewhere, and then he could recuperate. We could be nice.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, Vander's there. You're gonna be nice to Vander. Vance. His name is Vance. Why do I keep doing that? Nerdy elves.
Yes,
I'm
all our-
sorry. I'm in too many
Yes,
D&D games.
everyone who works for us is there. There's nothing special about him. But yes.
I mean, yeah, I guess we do have other people that work there. I don't like this.
Well, where else are we going to take him? I mean,
The Bardo.
Look, here's the thing. If we took him to jail and threw him in jail, everyone, including everyone in Ryler,
Then we're not going to be
would
able to get him back out
know
again.
that his mission failed.
Yep.
in addition. So we're not going to do that because we're trying to make a
I
nice
mean, they're going to know
deal
it
with you
failed
here.
anyway, but
I understand that, but we're trying to give you a chance here, Stein, and you've been very cooperative, which we appreciate.
Well, how about we just hang out here for a few
the
hours?
bathhouse is the best option. I just don't feel
What, you want to
comfortable with it.
do a long
Fine, I'll
rest
stay.
in a mausoleum?
No,
I
I'll
mean,
stay too. I'll stay in the bathhouse and make sure no shenanigans happen.
The graveyard is warded.
Oh,
warded.
Well, they had an incursion of a devil not too long ago, and someone had broken all the words on it and resurrected a bunch of zombies. And after that, they had to fix it.
Oh.
It's newly rewarded.
So maybe this is a good place to stay. Not that Deneen would know that.
that also means I can't raise him in here.
Well, we can take him out and raise him.
No, raising is different
Yeah.
than animating.
It's still
So
necromancy.
no puppet shows, but yes for bringing people back to life.
Yeah.
All right.
What would
I mean,
they
I
end
don't
up
mind
with
camping
without
out in a
cats?
mausoleum. It doesn't bother me a bit.
I can sit anywhere.
Sounds like a party to me. Mausoleum, you know.
So,
Sounds awesome.
all right. So you guys
Lock
camp
in.
out for the night. I suspect setting a watch.
Yeah, I'll watch. Since I'm supposedly aware during meditation anyway. And
Kath,
I can take turns with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Kath will tie her tail around Stein's leg so that like she'll feel it if he tries to like sneak away or undo it or something like that.
Tie it around the chain of the manacles, because then if he's trying to pick the lock, you'll feel that.
But what if I
I
can't
believe
tell
you
that
about
he slips
it.
out of the manacles?
All right. Well, you know,
He just really wants to touch his leg. Let it happen.
okay. Stein,
goes-
we are counting on you to not try to get out of here. So we do have your brother's corpse here, and you don't. So I'll just sit on that, and he can't get out of here with his brother. So
You're
stay.
sitting on the corpse.
Absolutely. I'll that arrow that's sticking out of it, I'll, pull that out so it's not gonna poke me in the leg.
Good idea.
I'll sit on him. So then I will definitely know if you try to leave with your brother. And if you try to leave without him, then we'll just have to resurrect your brother and then tell him you betrayed him. And that could be interesting. So you can play nice, right?
Right now, I don't seem to have a whole lot.
Oh,
of
we've got
options.
somebody. Somebody in the chat suggested we melt some candle wax over the locks and then use the knock spell to unlock it.
That's awesome.
I mean, like, that'd be really hard to pick through, definitely.
Yeah, it
Candle
would.
wax.
Thank you, Will.
Danine's not cooking up that idea.
So,
I feel
who's
like that's
going?
something that Kenna could reasonably suggest if we're wanting to allow it.
Well, yeah. So Deneen, in your trance, you're still aware, so you kind of like,
Yeah.
you're able to watch the whole night, and if the rest of you guys want to, like,
With my unusual seating.
yeah, well, it's a little disrespectful, don't you think, Miss?
It is, but we are trying to do this to save both of you, and so I think it's worth it.
You tried to kill us. I think her sitting on him.
I think we're being pretty
Maybe
generous. And I'm only
a
doing
little-
this. You have to understand, I'm only sitting on him to make sure that you have a good excuse to be cooperative.
I think you ladies are taking this a might bit personal. It's just business.
Well, yeah, but if you'd
Well,
rather us
yeah.
treat if you'd rather us treat this like business, we could just murder you and then speak with dead. But we're trying to avoid that.
Well, that's mighty kind of you.
Yeah,
That's probably going
you
to get killed at some point.
well, hopefully not by you though. Of all the assassins they could send after us, knowing that you're alive because of us, perhaps you could see it in your heart to not murder us, seeing as how you're going to retire and all. All right.
So the next day, you guys are rejuvenated, and now Kath can try her dispel.
So during Kath will try and stay up a little bit later than the guy, and once she thinks he's fallen asleep, she'll whisper to the others. She's like, "Are we really going to let him go, or are we just gonna like kill him?"
We are really going to let him go, and then if he betrays us again, he's going to find out what suffering really feels like.
Okay.
They may come back and try and murder us again. But,
Yeah.
If
See,
they
already
didn't
dealt with
kill
it.
them, we'll make them wish they were
but
dead.
we've already dealt with it once. So I think they've kind of realized that they're outclassed.
So
in
maybe
that
they just bring back more with them. So I just think that if I can remove the thing from his face, then okay, yeah.
If you
Because
can
that
remove
seems
the
like a
thing
thing.
from his face and he goes back to the guild with the thing removed from his face, they will never trust him again, and he will probably end up in worse straits than he's in now.
Hence the retirement.
Right.
So
But
it's
if I-
actually in their best interest not to go back to them.
Yeah. But
Yes.
if I can't remove the thing from his face, then right?
Probably.
I'm not comfortable with it, but
Look, here's the thing.
so
Either
I'm
way,
like chalk drawing this thing to give you advantage
Either-
on the floor and like brazzing.
either way, we're going to Harrock tomorrow and telling him we killed 2 assassins. I'll do it. Tell him, I mean. And maybe kill them. If it anyway, we don't have to worry about this because it's going to work and it'll be fine.
Oh, well, there you go.
We don't have to decide anything right now. That's the beauty of this. So let's not worry about it. Don't worry about it, Kath. It'll be fine. Just ask it in the morning.
We just killed people. Not much.
Oh, I thought this was the morning. My bad. I'm sorry. I wasn't in that conversation. I was asleep.
Oh no, I could have like if he fell asleep first, or if we woke up beforehand, then
Okay.
you very much could have been a part of it.
I'm very
So-
sorry. I was very much misunderstanding what was going on there.
Oh,
It
that's
was
fine.
a quick rewind.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's the morning? Are we
Yeah.
all?
So at
Okay.
some point, though, he does look down at the tiefling tail tied around his leg, and looks at you. He's got a really odd way of trying to pick a fellow up.
I am a married woman. Thank you very much.
Are you?
Well, if you don't tell your husband, I won't. You're the one getting fancy with the tail.
We also need to have a conversation later, Kath.
Kath laughs at the if you won't tell your husband part. She's very amused by that.
So many conversations I need to have after we're done with these guys. All right.
So, what level spell are you casting Dispel Magic at?
Where do I have it? Well, 3rd. That's my highest level, and that's the level of the spell.
Perfect. So drop 2d20 and see what you get.
I got a 15 and a 10.
Okay. So Kenna had, drawn some chalk circles around the assassin, and when you started incanting your spell, she began incanting with you, and puts her small hands on the just above the small of your back, and lets loose with a blast of arcane energy through you, and then extends out and ripples into the spell and begins unweaving the magic that is laced through the assassin, and you see that the brand kind of like go up in a little puff of flame and smoke, and then it kind of like evaporates.
Is it just on him, or is it perhaps him and on the corpse?
I guess it depends on if you would have brought them together and done, like if you're trying to do both, then you could do it on both.
Yeah, because otherwise, if we brought him back, then we just have to wait another day for Kenna's to reset.
No, I have 2 spell slots.
Oh,
but
okay.
It would be better if we did them at the same time.
Yeah, if we can knock him out at once, let's do that. It's a little more efficient.
So I'm going to kind of say, like, take some liberties and say you guys got to kind of weave this as more of a ritual than your regular casting, and pour out these spell slots, and you're able to encompass both of them and destroy the magic that's binding them.
Ooh! Can the mark like turn to rust, like rusty dust that rusts off their cheek?
That's really cool.
I like it.
So when it works, she kind of gets a grin and she's like, "Oh yeah, thanks, boss."
Yeah. So as the magic kind of envelopes them and targets the spells the words weaved around them, that blue sigil on his face slowly begins to get overtaken by the rust, and then, like you said, it just kind of then begins to flake off.
Cool.
Actually, I have 2 spell slots, but like we definitely had to do that together because Raised Dead is max spell slot also.
Well, good.
So,
well, that was a lot easier than I thought.
I am a mighty and powerful being.
She is. It's so true.
You're not telling me anything, and he winks at you.
Just
remember, she started with the tail business.
Like just dragging the body outside for Raising Dead, and gonna.
Well, we still have to talk to him now that he can talk to us because the thing is gone.
You guys go ahead and talk to him. I'll take care of this outside. You can always kill them again.
I don't want you outside with an assassin who is alive. You can wait a minute. How about it?
You think he might be angry when he gets up?
Yeah. Maybe.
I guess. I mean, he'll have 1 hit point. You don't come back at full on all throws.
And then he'll run away or something.
What if he has like sneaky assassin things?
He gets -4 on everything until he takes a long rest. I think I'll be okay.
He's our leverage. Just wait a minute.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit here, like, in the dead assassin's lap, watching this.
Stein, we have quite thoughtfully and with our own power released you from this rune. I hope you really mean to retire. But regardless, is there anything else that you can actually tell us that would be useful?
He sighs. Golden Goblin. Top floor. The wanker has the whole thing.
So that's like his new HQ?
Yeah, I guess so. He's got all the dead butterflies' skulls, and we didn't really talk to him that much.
I don't
the guy
think
was
that's how
kind of
butterflies
an arrogant jerk.
All right.
Oh, you didn't mean literal skulls. Okay.
Butterfly symbols, necromancy, all that good stuff. All right.
It's like
Yeah,
him.
he's got the butterflies with the skulls painted on the wings. Really weird.
Oh, that bastard.
Well, since you guys are retiring from this particular line of work, what other kinds of work are you interested in?
Ooh.
Well, you did remove the mark, so I don't know what we're going to do now.
I'm thinking of hiring these guys.
I think that's a good idea.
We may not be able to hit your usual rate, but we have reason to have certain assets in town remain secure while we're away on other business. I'm debating whether I want to reveal those assets to you, but I'm just thinking aloud.
He throws his head back and starts roaring in like the belly laugh. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? You're going to hire us after we just tried to off you? We almost did off the little one.
Yeah, but you didn't.
So we know you have some skill. Maybe not as much as us, but some.
I mainly wanted to see how you reacted to that, but...
And my name is Kenna, by the way. Call me the little one again and I'll kick you in the shin, Sixer.
I'll kick you shin, dude.
At this point, I'm not willing to trust you with such important things. Although you probably already know about them, actually. Well, at any rate,
wait, that's a
what
good
do you
question.
think?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What do
you
know?
and the monarch, for that matter, know about what matters to us in this town?
The dandy, I don't think the dandy knows that much. I just know the little bit we were around him, he was ranting and raving about this trio of hags that ruined his plans, and he wanted them out of the way and wanted them to suffer a little bit first.
Ruined his plan.
Actual hags or us?
You know,
okay,
real
just
hags?
checking.
Oh.
No reason, just checking.
No reason.
No reason.
Not at all.
Yes.
My understanding, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens around here in these parts.
So while you were following us around and trying to find a good angle for when and how to kill us, what have you learned about our friends, acquaintances, and employees in this town?
He just rambles off a list of places that you guys have been.
Okay. So like taverns and probably the spa and stuff?
Yeah, noting, and also kind of notes like the halfling compound.
Yeah, that's a little obvious.
Where I guess Kenna resides. And the other two, I'm not sure if they live in taverns or not. It was really hard to tell.
And he does not mention Deneen and Alarian's top secret neighborhood. Because that's what I really care about. In the sense that she's always sneaking there and trying not to be obvious.
Yeah, they probably do not know about that.
Okay, just check it. Well, my trust level for these guys naturally is a little low, but it would be nice to have such talented people in our employ. So I'm just throwing it out there.
You seem trustworthy to me. I mean, maybe not troglodyte trustworthy, but...
Well, I don't know about trustworthy, but right now, unless they continue trying to fulfill their contract, which they can't turn in because now their runes are gone, I'm feeling like hopefully we won't get murdered.
Basically, what I'm thinking is if we let them go, then we don't know where they are. But if we hire them and keep them here, then we know what they're up to. You keep your enemies closer.
Well, we sort of know what they're up to. I mean, there's always going to be stuff.
We know mostly what they're up to. I mean, like, treat them better than their old masters did. He already said he was a dog on a chain before.
How do you feel about working for the town guard and not reporting back to anyone in Ryler?
He kind of his face screws up into a bit of a sour face when you say working for the town guard, and you're not really entirely sure if it's in reference to, working for the town guard or him having some kind of idea what they make.
Well, wouldn't he be like a
yes.
little too visible if he was a town guard? I mean, what if
That's
more
true.
people from Ryler crept up here and saw one of
But
them?
what else are we going to do with these guys? They've got high rates, I'm sure.
But they're used to be keeping like super shady discreet though. So if we just kind of let
Let
them
them clean
do
the
them.
spa. You know what I'm saying?
Look, okay. At this point, you guys are
Yeah.
going to be up Schitt's Creek with anybody from the Ryler Thieves Guild or Assassins Guild, correct?
Oh yeah, I think we
All
should
right.
probably move on.
Well,
I
if
hear
you wanna move
Drellic is really nice this time of year.
okay, so how does this sound? If you guys want to move on from this town, that's of course
Your prerogative.
your prerogative. I do happen to have a connection to the local thieves guild in town. If you would like to inquire.
Or you could work as a pool boy at the bathhouse.
That's
Yeah.
what I was saying. Yeah. Let them be our little, you can make
He
them
did
look.
say they were handsome.
See? They're hot. We could let them be
They
like,
got 10 charisma. I wouldn't say hot.
Oh, okay, never mind. Nope.
Handsome might work, but hot probably not.
we could train them to be pool boys, okay?
Nope. So
All right. No.
the point is, you've got a couple of options. Neither of them involve killing us. So either way, and you're still alive. I think that's enough to keep us alive and keep you guys out of our business. That's my theory.
Well, here's the thing: the contract is still out there. There's someone still going to try and collect on it, and if it doesn't get collected on, someone's going to look into it. So
are the
we'd
funds
rather not be
here
around when that happens?
All right. Well, just trying to think outside.
Well,
We can make them work with Troll.
No, they probably have to leave town.
They need to
If
go.
they know they sent them here on a contract, they probably do have to leave town.
You
And
guys are going to let them go?
well, maybe you just keep us informed about things going on wherever you land. I mean, even if you move around, it's always nice to be informed about what's going on around different areas. So
Right.
that way you're not at risk of exposure, but we still get something out of keeping you alive.
We could set him up with a go-between, have him write to somebody in the town, and then collect the letters from that person, so it doesn't look like he's writing directly to us.
And in return, of course, if we hear about anybody looking for them, we can always send them warning, descriptions, whatever there is.
There you go.
Or heads,
Sort of an I watch your back, you watch mine information loop.
He kind of nods and kind of looks to where the mark was. He's like, they're going to know soon something happened one way or another.
Okay. Maybe they'll just assume you're dead.
One can only hope. Speaking of dead.
If
Yeah.
anyone asks, we'll just tell them that we killed you.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Oh, yes. Outside. Raise dead stuff.
All right, let me unlock this guy. All his weapons are safely away, of course.
Yes.
He, gets up and kind of brushes himself off and stretches out. Well, I'd like to say it's been a pleasure doing business with you, ladies, but I think me and my brother are a bit lighter in the pouch than we were before. Sigh.
Well, better lighter in the pouch than dead.
Suppose we can always earn more coin.
It's a bold new start. You get to decide what you do with it.
So where would you like us to send these letters?
I'm thinking Vance would be too obvious. Maybe Father Failure would be willing to act as a go-between. Do you think that would be okay?
Are you asking me or you?
I'm asking Deneen.
I don't want to get him in danger.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what? You can, and then I'll switch to Thieves Can't. Kenna, what if we have them send the letters to the pixies? Give the letter to any pixie.
Yes.
Because they're pretty
Absolutely.
safe.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna read them, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. How about it? They're pretty safe up there.
Yes.
And everybody, it's not like it's a secret that we're associated with the Pixies, so it's not like we're exposing them.
We go play hide and seek with them all the time.
Yeah. How about that?
I am delighted.
You could probably establish a drop at the Guardian Tree, and then the Pixies could collect them.
Sounds good.
And the Pixies could even deliver them to you.
Oh, that would be
Now.
great. And I have all kinds of different kinds of candy to give them as a tip when they show up with letters.
That could go wrong. They're just gonna show up with random letters that have nothing to do with anything.
And we'll give them candy
This
anyway.
isn't even a letter. This is a piece of tree bark.
Right.
Or meanwhile, they steal other people's letters from around town.
Oh no, yes, let's do this. Let's do this, because if they steal other people's letters from around town and we accidentally got the wrong mail, I'm sorry, this belongs to you, but also snooping on things.
And we did accidentally open it and read it all the way to the end before we brought it to you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could always just like
Okay.
I'm just saying it's gonna be fine.
So you're gonna set up this drop with fairies? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
In the tree.
Pixies.
Okay. Raising this schmuck now.
And I'll make sure his brother is right here so he doesn't freak out and try to murder us. Although he's probably going to be pretty pathetic.
I envisioned the last component, the somatic component of the raise dead spell is to kick him.
Only slightly.
He begins to his body begins to shake and quiver and spasm, and then he sits bolt upright with his eyes open.
Welcome back to the world
cold
of the
sweat.
Sixer.
Hello, Neist. You just retired. You and your brother. He'll tell you all about it.
Come on, man. Let's get out of here.
Meanwhile,
We've done
Kath
all
is
we can do here.
untying her tail.
All right. So as far as Denine's concerned, they can go.
You don't have to tell them twice. They're already moving out.
Excellent. Of course, Agnetha still has the guy's cloak.
I'm wearing it with
Well,
style.
I mean, it's the spoil of war. You picked it off his corpse, so you know.
As they leave, I'll probably just wear it and moon them as they go away.
And you won't be lying if you say you picked it off his corpse.
That's
so.
right.
It's an awesome cape. I'm going to call it my hero's cape.
You got it from an assassin.
That's
All
pretty
the better.
awesome.
Bitches.
I'm telling you, sooner or later, I'm going to have you all in my line of work.
The victor rewrites the history. So now
All right. So did they leave?
They gone?
Yep.
Okay.
We know where
Agnetha,
the monarch is.
Yes.
you said you lost your tribe, but aren't there more people back? I mean, yes, they died and it was horrible, but aren't there more people that you know out there somewhere?
There is. There's my mother and my father. I shall
Okay.
one day return
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't,
with the cape of
Totally.
victory.
alone, because that would be sad.
So far, that's what I have. My cape of victory and my glaive.
Okay. I just wanted to check. And then she turns to Kath.
And that's not nothing. That's a nice cape.
Agnetha's laughing, and she's just sort of like, yeah, that'll happen when it happens.
Well, as long as you're okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. And then she turns to Kath and
Still
says,
having a good time.
"You're married? What?
Yeah, what the hell, Kat? I didn't know you had a man or a woman, whatever it is.
I told you I had a secret husband. You didn't mention anything about being married."
Yeah,
you
well,
knew
in
about
the
the guy,
exact same
too.
breath of your secret husband, you said that you typically keep family stuff quiet. And I was like, oh, yeah, I totally understand. I can sympathize. I get that. I've been there. And you didn't say anything. So I was like, maybe she's not really interested.
But then you said it to this random guy. Come
Okay,
on.
You accused me of flirting with him.
I mean, he did, but you kind of were.
You
But
could
the
just say no. You could
Passive.
just say no.
The random guy showed a lot more interest in her background.
I just want to point out, because apparently this is something we actually need to establish, I'm not married.
Oh. What about you?
And Agatha's
Agatha,
a
are you
widow.
married?
No, I killed the man that tried to marry me, so that's how that goes.
Well, but
I'm like a
also
black
there was
widow.
but there was also that thing that married you when you were unconscious, so you're a widow now.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, you got what? Ew.
What?
She got kidnapped
I
by a
would not
monster.
put it that way, okay?
She got kidnapped by a monster and
It
she
was
married
never
him.
consummated. It's fine.
Don't you have to
They
like
claim this.
say yes or I do or
I don't
something
know
like
anything
that?
about their culture, but
Right.
they
She was
did
married
have,
in troll culture.
they did have their first dance.
What?
So I don't know if it's legally binding in troll culture.
Did he like place a flower crown on your head and have you drink from like a bowl and then dance around a fire?
There was dancing around a fire.
There was definitely dancing around a fire. Kath,
Yeah.
you're not talking about your hammer, are you? Your hammer's not your husband, right?
No, Pigpen
Okay.
is not my spouse.
All right.
No, my wife is a pirate.
Pigpen's just your main squeeze.
Wait, your wife is a pirate? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
I knew
like
it.
I
Oh.
spend like a couple years like pirating out with her, and then I do paladin things for a while, and then I trade back and forth.
I
So it's
respect
like
that.
You're like part-time in it then.
Yeah.
Can I just know a little bit about pirates?
The Beggar King is like really relaxed, which is one of the reasons why I get along with him, because typically I'm not so much like a religious individual. But yeah, there's this whole thing where I kind of died and then I got brought back, and then like my wife died and she got brought back by a paladin who was a paladin of the Beggar King, and that's how that whole thing started between me and that guy.
Oh.
You guys have like some consort god that brings you back, but you love each other? That's romantic as hell.
I
That's
was
really
wondering how you got into this.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to life. If we ever
To
have to
life?
go if we ever have to go anywhere on the ocean, pirate ship sounds pretty cool.
Who else knows a pirate? Hey, Kenna, didn't you have something to do with pirates or something? Like someone that you love?
Do you remember when we had those visions and we ended up getting the brooches from like former members of the Scarlet Sisterhood that died in the past? That was a pirate.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it
Ooh.
was. That's what it was. Okay. Heroines
All right.
long
So-
past.
Okay. Does this mean we're going back to Ryler?
No.
Yes, we're going back to Ryler. That's where the monarch is.
What about the hags? We've got the stuff to like
I'd rather go to the
separate-
hags than Ryler.
separate. We've got the stuff to separate the Fae from the material plane.
We
I'm gonna
don't
go kick
know
their asses.
how long the monarch is going to be where the monarch is.
He's
Those
waiting for
hags
this.
cause
He's
turmoil
waiting for
in
this
my
contract to
life.
get filled.
Oh. Yeah, but he's also sending assassins after us, and there's a good chance more of them will show up.
He sounds pretty settled in.
But well, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe that's kind of like, I get the thing with the hags, but I also kind of get, if the assassins are coming here to look for us, maybe us sneaking down to Rylor is, the right time to do something.
Well, should we make a big deal about how we're going back to the Elven City then? And then just not go there?
Yeah. Or we could go to the hags and the people from Rylor could follow us, and we can kill two birds with one stone.
If you guys would rather go to the hags, then we can go to the hags, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm
Well-
just saying we are going to need to deal with the monarch sooner or later.
Well, we've got two different sets of people now who want to kill us.
And I might be a little
And
bit
send
afraid to go towards
assassins.
the hags.
Because the hags sent assassins after us, and the monarch sent assassins after us. But
And by us, you mean you three, because apparently I'm completely
yes,
innocent of everything.
you're the golden.
You're involved now, bitch, okay?
So,
You
okay.
cannot squeeze
I
your
live
way
in a
out.
pub. He doesn't even know where I sleep.
So, given that they're both
confused
trying to
with
kill
that.
us with assassins, I guess then I would say let's go after the monarch because he's also trying to kill a bunch of other people.
Probably.
Yeah,
Fine.
'cause meanwhile, what kind of shenanigery or fuckery are the hags gonna get into in the short term? Like short term, who's gonna do the most damage against
Don't
people in general,
know.
as opposed to just
The
Uh,
monarch is putting toxic drugs into the system. He is definitely screwing with more people than just us. He is generally just a big old doo-doo head.
He's killed over a dozen people in just the last couple of weeks. So, of course, the hags also killed over a dozen. But they don't usually do that.
They don't usually do that. And hags have long memories and long plans. The odds of them striking again so soon are much lower than him doing it, because as far as we know, he's perfectly mortal.
And, I'm sad that those people died, but Agnetha, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't really care so much that they're dead because they were douchebags?
Sorry, my daughter intervened.
No, that's fine.
That was
douchebags?
Like all of your tribal people in that kind of hut thing that were slaughtered, were they douchebags, or are you sorry that they died?
No, I killed the main douchebag. I'm going to come back as the awesome douchebag eventually, but that's later on. So
There can only be one.
I am the only one. I'm like Tigger of my tribe. So that's later. For now, I would love to kill the hag douchebags. And I would love to get revenge for what they did to me in toiling with my life and my awesome story that I was creating for myself. I'm totally angry about that. But Rylor, on the other hand, everybody else that's involved coming to get us, I don't know. In a way, I kind of want to just go after the witches because we're kind of distracting them away from Gryffindor, where our family is and stuff. I kind of want to leave because I feel like everyone that we love is in danger a little bit.
Whenever we're in town.
Actually, that is a good point. The hags know about our personal lives. They clearly do, because they have been acting in that fashion, whereas
and they have your whole memory.
Right. I kind of care about my halfling friends.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not as worried about the memories. I can always bond with my dog again. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what I'm not remembering. So,
what I mean is,
you guys went to Carshapathian to research the hags, and you did gather a bunch of information. Hags don't generally go after people; they wait for people to come to them.
Right, and then Maglin. All those people died because of what Maglin did. So,
right.
I think the hags can chill.
Yeah.
For now.
I guess I was just thinking we could distract them away from.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the hags are dangerous. It's just the way they operate.
Yeah.
Is they know eventually people will come to them.
And we will. Eventually we will come for them.
We also have... Sorry.
I just have this problem with Rylor. I mean, I can't really skinny dip there because the water's gross. So it's kind of hard for me to go back.
I
it is really disgusting. There are roaches everywhere, but we're gonna have to grin.
I totally agree, and those roaches really don't taste good. Look.
Wow. Oh my God, Denny, I hugged you because I didn't realize it was that bad.
Not often. The point is,
not often.
If you take the wings off and you, never mind. So what I'm trying to say is, we also have multiple items of business in Rylor. There's the Monarch. Stanley's up there.
Stanley is up there. I would like to give him an update that we're still looking for a mystic for him.
Bolini, who tried to kill us.
He's dead. We killed him.
Did we?
Yes.
Did I? I thought he got away.
No,
we killed him after. Oh, okay. Forget it. I never said that. Janine totally remembered it. Okay. Well, but Stanley's up there. And of course, hopefully, my in-laws' entire shipping line is getting decimated by dragon turtle right now. So, but I don't know what to do with them. I wish I knew more about this deal that he struck.
Well, maybe we can find out more while we're there.
Yeah.
And we still have no idea what's going on with troglodytes and stuff. Is that still spreading rampantly like a disease?
There has not been any recent outbreaks.
Right.
All right.
But the problem with going to Rylor is that I'm not supposed to show my face in town again.
Well, you can always go under disguise. I mean,
yeah.
Or you could be invisible. I can make that happen.
That's true. We have disguises.
That only lasts so long, though. I'll probably use a disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Good plan.
And
I'm going to be invisible because.
Okay. All
right. Set it up. Boom.
Can I be my hot, short-haired blonde again? Yeah.
Well, we still have to get up there. Guys. It's a long trip.
Oh, well, of course. All right, fine. Let's do it. Let's go back to Rylor and
people that need to know that we're leaving town. again.
And going to Carchapathium.
I don't know why I thought having a home was going to be the same as never going anywhere. I love being an adventurer.
Welcome to being an adventurer. Yes, indeed. Home is where your feet are, darling. Yes. Your home can be with me, Kenna. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
So is there any specific plans you want to make before heading to Ryler?
Is there anything wait, we still don't have, what is it, a mystic for Stanley?
No, we don't have a mystic for Stanley, but we're looking. We've been looking. You know, we're making progress. He's been down there a long time. He can wait a little longer, but I just want him to know we haven't forgotten him.
What does he need? What does he need done?
He needs a mystic. He's been warded into this. I'll show you. You're going to find this really fascinating, actually, Kath. You'll love it.
Can I dispel the warding?
Let's bring him some books. Let's bring him some books, at least. But we've heard nothing about mystics. Could we maybe get Vance to research that in the library while we're gone?
I bet he would, but he's not that kind of mage. Maybe he could look for one, though.
But
do our library contacts know anything about mystics? Did we ask them yet? Because we still have that nice piece of glassware that we could give to...
You're right. Okay, let's ask Sheena first.
If Sheena knows that you guys want to save some kind of beholder, she's going to call y'all crazy like I think you are.
Oh, maybe she won't ask.
She did willingly deal with hags and send you guys to them.
Yeah.
But it's a freaking beholder, man. I'm terrified. I'm convinced he zapped your all's brain, and that's the only reason you think about him.
Are you getting that's not beholders. That's mind flayers. It's not really the same thing.
Stanley is not a mind flayer beholder guy? Is he not?
No, he's a beholder, not a mind flayer. He has a giant eye with a bunch of eyes coming off of it. He doesn't eat brain.
Wait, so what's the difference?
The difference is a mind flayer is a thing with a squid for a head, and it eats your brain.
So he had a mustache and held a cigar, and you all think he's different? I don't get it.
No, they're not even remotely the same. Okay, listen, I get my chalk out and I start drawing on the mausoleum floor. Okay,
I need you to explain it like I need you to explain it like I'm 5. Go ahead.
Okay, no, really, like getting the chalk out and drawing on the mausoleum floor. Okay,
because I think it's a beholder. I'm afraid of Stanley.
Right. Okay, so beholders are like floaty things.
Yes.
With a bunch of eyes.
Floaty eyeball monster.
Right? It's a floaty eyeball monster. And then mind flayer is like
people
body, and it's like got tentacles coming off of its face and looks like this. And they're not the same thing at all. They are totally different things.
They look like cousins, at least.
I've heard of the and they just sound good.
I was going to bring up the pictures, but like that was way better.
That was great. Thank you so much.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, okay. The bard.
You gotta draw a hat on that beholder though. It's a bowler hat.
Oh yeah, no, that's right, because it's Stanley, so he needs a little Stanley bowler hat.
Yeah,
he
so
has a name.
If we can't bring him,
Stanley.
Oh,
perfect.
Oh, okay.
Stanley. Yes.
Maybe
so
if we can't find
alien with
we bring him a new hat.
He's been reading. He might like a new hat. We don't have a lead on a mystic yet.
Well,
but we're gonna ask before we leave.
Yeah.
Right. We'll ask Sheena before we leave. We will get Vance to do research if we can't find one. We will bring him books and a hat if we can't get him out.
And when we ask Sheena, we can mention that we're wondering about it because we think it will help us when we go to Carchapathium to kill these Eladrin, which we're totally not doing, but we want the hags to think we're doing that.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And Sheena might let that slip to her, so that's good.
Exactly.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right.
So you guys head over to the library, and the old elf at the desk kind of just waves you through. He's used to seeing you guys by now. And you know, you guys are like rounding the corner, and it's like deja vu all over again. You're boom, and a billow of smoke comes gushing out one of the doors.
Oh, Kath, you're gonna love her.
That's true.
Then there's a coughing, hacking, extremely tall elven woman with copper hair And when she finally get a look, you can see tears streaming from her one silver and one gold eye.
She's a seductress.
She's hacking and coughing.
She's hot.
And
She's like a hot alchemist lady,
Yeah.
and waving the smoke away. She's got like workman's clothes on, workman's leathers. Actually, like stuff you're kind of familiar with from being a tinker. But then you also see like stains and acid burns on there as well.
Hi, Sheena.
And as she's hacking and coughing, you hear her muttering, formulas. And then she's like, "Oh, you folks again. How are you?"
Oh, we're good. It's definitely been a minute.
Look, we have a present for you.
Yes,
and it's that super fancy glassware that we took from the Monarch's lab and wrapped up so carefully.
Oh, nice. Well, that was very, very thoughtful. Do you need more of the antidote?
No, actually, what we came here for was we wanted to know if you know a mystic.
What a mystic is.
Yeah, sort of.
Sounds like some kind of priest or mage or.
Well, some kind of caster. See, we've got a problem with a friend of ours that's been caught in a little bit of a trap, and we need a mystic to undo the trap because it's not normal magic, so it's nothing that we can really handle ourselves.
Oh, mystic. They like playing crystals.
Yes.
Crystals.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's strange. It's this new age thing.
So is it just a question of like finding crystals and then breaking them, or?
Oh, no. It's special crystals, and they they call it psychic resonance or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It's not very, it's not very math intensive, and it's not really logical. And they're very rare. I mean, there is a place, on the outskirts of the Devil Wastes where the chaos storms rage constantly. I hear there's some towers out there with mystics.
Really?
But I can't say for sure. It could just be, a rumor or a legend.
You said the Devil Waste?
Yes, there's chaos storms just raging through them constantly. They pop up, from time to time in other places, but here they seem to be confined and they're always going.
I'm going to be honest. I really kind of want to see that, even if we don't find what we're looking for there.
It sounds interesting. All right. Did you say that out loud, Kenna?
It was out of character.
Okay, I'm just checking. All right. Well, maybe we'll go there after we go to Karshapathium to deal with these Eladrin.
Oh, you're going back again?
Yeah, some people there tried to kill us, and I don't really enjoy that. And when people try to kill me, I never forgive them, and I never let them go.
And at the mention of Eladrin, she kind of like perks up a little bit and makes like a sniffing sound. Them, Eladrin.
Oh yeah,
snooty.
Very snooty indeed.
I'm not excited.
You said they tried to kill you?
Yeah, they did.
Well, that's odd.
It's and then Deneen sort of pauses because she doesn't know how much.
You guys haven't told her any of this stuff because you guys, whenever there was anything involving the hags, you guys went elsewhere. So
Deneen just sort of trails off and says, "You don't have to worry about it."
I mean, a lot of the Eladrin are the ruling class in a part Karshapathium. Did you break any laws?
No,
don't think so.
We're too popular. It's jealousy, straight jealousy.
Maybe.
All you need to
that
know
must
about.
be it.
It's because of our spa. They're jealous of our spa.
And you notice Sheena have a moment of clarity where she kind of just looks at Agnetha for a moment and just kind of to herself. You can almost see her mentally taking notes.
And Agnetha just stares at her like she's in love. She's like, yes.
Does she have books, like interesting looking books around this area?
Well, right now you guys are actually in the hallway because
okay.
the room that she just came out of was billowing with smoke. But once it finally clears, you get in. You can see workbenches as well as bookcases full of shelves.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Kath
Can
is
we
like,
trust this lady?
Who can you trust? That is
Who can we trust?
I
That's what
trust her
Agatha
as a
starts
person.
wondering, and she stares at her. She's like,
Right.
"What the hell?" You
We
looking
don't
at me
trust
weird.
her, but through
we
no
don't-
fault of her own.
Yeah, she's not a bad person. She's just kind of loopy.
She's hag compromised is what she is. I think we would have explained this to Kath before we went in.
we just released 2 people who tried to kill us. I think our threshold.
No,
for
I would
trust
never do
is
such a thing.
a wonky place. So
Okay, listen, I just don't like killing people, and I don't like it. Like, brother things hit me really hard, and like,
it's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So, but okay. So
Ken has a bleeding heart.
good to know.
And I like Kenna, so it tends to
Rub off on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Agatha's like, we should just wage war on that entire town. We should just go in there with Harrock and his greatest knights and just kick their asses.
I think
all of
knights
them.
is a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
She thinks they're like knights because they actually do something when something goes wrong, instead of diplomatically talking about it like you girls like to do so much.
Diplomatically talking about it is doing something.
With drums in the background, of course.
Not every battle
Right.
needs to be fought with a sword, friend.
Yes, they do. Okay,
Summer fought with arrows.
and arrows, lots of arrows, raining arrows. In fact,
There's now a Cocker Spaniel kind of pushing up against Agnetha's leg.
Agnetha wants to burn Rylor to the ground. How's that? She's like, I could care less.
Okay,
Okay,
let's not
okay.
do that.
So
There
is there
an-
any-
Agatha is taking the total. Never mind.
All right. What else are we talking to Shayna about before we're done with her? Anything? I can't think of anything else.
What kind of books does she have? Like, what's her lab look like? I've never been here before.
It's amazing. Oh, I wish I saw that picture.
It's mostly alchemy supplies.
Yeah,
Ooh.
she's got potions and books, and she's all, super cool like that, but secretive, and we don't really know who she is, even though we tell her stuff.
Kath is going to be here for like 5 more hours after we leave. We found her new favorite place.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys explained to her or not, but the explosion on your way in has been kind of commonplace. And, one of the things either on your way in or maybe on your way out, you notice is this part of the library seems rather sparse as far as furnishings and people.
And we didn't look at all surprised when it exploded. We just sort of paused.
Wait for the dust to clear. Okay, now we can enter.
Are there any windows in there?
Yeah, in the lab they're thrown wide open now so that they can air out.
Okay, if they were shut, then Kath would have opened them with thaumaturgy. But all right then. Nice. So yeah, she's listening to the conversation, but she's also kind of got like that kid at a candy store look on her face with all of like the books and the instruments, and she's probably like craning her head to look at all of the notes if there's any out.
Do you practice the craft?
I haven't had a chance to get into it yet, but it's I do find it very interesting. I think with the Clockwork Kingdom kind of close at hand, it seems that there's like a lot of opportunity for crossover between engineering and other mystical arts. So I'm very interested in that broaching of multiple fields to create something new.
The possibilities are endless. And she's like, can you hand me that beaker there? And she points to like a vial with some reddish liquid in it.
Kath does, and as she passes it over, she does that thing where she wafts a little bit instead of smelling it directly. Like she wafts a little bit to see if she can smell it before she passes it on.
Yeah, it's like an acrid, coppery smell.
And when Kath, of all people, picks up the delicate beaker Deneen looks kind of horrified and just casually takes a step back. Just in case. Just in case.
Agnetha's gonna start like sniffing.
That's what she's doing.
Hey, so Kath kind of gives you a dirty look. She's like, I'm very good with my hands. It's just this damn tail.
Just, I didn't say anything.
And then, she takes the beaker from you and dumps it, a couple drops into a vial of a greenish liquid, begins to bubble and froth. And then she starts explaining things and takes out a stirring stick. And you feel like you're getting like your first lesson in alchemy, whether you were ready for it or not.
Ooh.
This is so cool.
Agnetha's really excited. She's just like,
And then
at the sight of Shayna mixing things, Deneen takes several more steps toward the door. No reason, just yeah.
And she slides like a book towards you and kind of like is with her offhand is like pointing out things.
Neat.
As she's working. She says, there's an apron, or there's more aprons over there hanging on the wall. Some of them are like singed, some of them look like blast marks on them.
Why don't we let Kath play while we pick up some supplies for the trip?
Pick up some supplies, let some people know we're heading out. I mean, we have a lot to prepare for, but by all means, you guys have so much fun.
Don't die.
Gonna die. It's gonna be okay.
Well, as someone pointed out in the chat, Kath will say, I'm resistant to fire. It'll be fine.
You guys are like heading down the stairs when you hear, no, not that one, the other, boom, boom.
And then there's like a wild cackle of Kath's laughter.
She's just a delight.
I've really enjoyed her ever since she met me and helped me perpetrate a crime.
We have a very interesting friend group.
It was,
as you guys,
it was
like,
really nice of her. She offered to be lookout while I removed certain items from a certain household.
You guys like pass the old guy, the old elf, and you see him kind of like glance up and then glance back down and do like a double take. And he goes, I heard an explosion and you guys are one shy.
Our tiefling friend is resistant to fire. She'll be okay.
You take all the fun out of it, Ken. I was going to act sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would have been really mean.
No, everything is fine.
Oh, good. Liability. He goes back.
Shayna's teaching our friend how to do the same kind of things she does. Wait, is this a good idea? Should we be leaving her here?
She'll be able to make bath salts. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey.
Like, how cool would magical bath salts be that like make shapes in the air and the steam and stuff? That would be awesome. We'd be the best. We're the only bathhouse in town, but people would come from all over. We're doing this.
As long as they don't get misused and people start resorting to cannibalism.
Oh.
No.
That could be bad. Oh noes. What are we doing by leaving her there? Oh
No,
well.
All right.
She's gonna do it anyways.
So is there anything specific you guys want to do or just general get stuff prepared?
We get ready and go. I want to bring extra books for Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
I have an extra copy of The Adventures of Mommy and Friends because I figured we'd run into him again at some point and he might want the next few chapters. Which that's all I can think of. Oh, we have these signet rings. Do they seem magic or anything? Like, should we be keeping these?
Should we put them in the flower?
I should have thought to ask the guys before they left, but I forgot. Like, considering it was that same symbol that was on the rune, I'm a little suspicious of these rings.
So they could very well just be signet rings. Do any of you guys have detect magic?
Yes. She hasn't used it before, but Deneen has detect magic.
Good, because I do not.
I'm gonna just check these things out. How about just in case? And so she says this super awkward prayer to Eleven, which is basically, "Dear boss, I've got this stuff here that I lifted off some dudes, and I want to know if it's magic. Thanks, Deneen."
So they do not glow.
Okay.
But I mean, you can get them appraised, and they're worth 15 gold each.
Ooh. Excellent. Well then. That answers that.
So there is that. Yeah, so you gather everything you need, and then you gather up Kath, I imagine. After spending a little bit of time, like, talking about Carshapathian and Elven City.
Right.
Spreading rumors. So do one of you guys want to make a check to see how well that goes over?
Whoa. Deception?
Yeah, deception.
24.
Woo.
Yeah, like there's probably no one in the town that doesn't know that you guys have left for Carshapathian.
Agnetha's not even gonna tell Harok this time. She has seen him a couple times, but she's not gonna say anything to him this time as she leaves town.
Is she doing that because she's trying to convince herself she doesn't care for him?
They have a thing. This is the thing that they have, right? Where Agnetha pretends like she doesn't care about Harok, but she obviously does care about Harok, and they've been doing this forever.
But we did just
up quite a bit.
But we just had 6 weeks of downtime. I want to know if they went off like Griffin riding again.
Oh, definitely. This time I paid for it.
Oh, okay. Just so perhaps, whether we know it or not, maybe some visits of some kind.
It's on the it's on the quiet side, but definitely I paid for the last Griffin ride. We go on magic carpet Griffin rides together. Pretty amazing.
All right. Just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure.
We skinny dip in the rivers of Griffin Gaff every now and then. It's just
Oh dear. Yeah. No, their courtship is the subject of many a gossip rag. I know that.
Basically, we're like Brangelina of Griffin Gaff. No one knows.
I can't imagine Harok skinny dipping without a weapon.
Oh, he wears it.
Oh no. Okay. Continuing on.
You guys don't want to know. It's amazing.
No, we definitely don't. They
Speak
might.
for yourself, Kenna.
Oh.
We'll have to have a chat later.
Denise.
You guys can work on your fan fiction.
Packing up the Bardo.
All right.
That's awesome. Agnetha has a secret life outside of everything
that we all know about.
Yeah, you probably know about. Agnetha can't be quiet about stuff for very long.
Agnetha's Secrets. It's the shortest book ever written.
I know. That's awesome.
And you have to keep ripping pages out of it.
Right. That never happened.
Because they're not secrets anymore.
At this point, and occasionally we slip a piece of paper in there.
Right. Yeah. It's dry erase, actually. Yeah. Okay.
So you guys get about halfway to Rylor.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, good.
And
give me some perception checks.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I rolled a 6. My passive is 22.
All right, we'll use your passive.
4.
15.
Maybe your tail was distracting you.
Damn tail. Are we on a boat? How are we traveling?
Kenna said she had her Bardo.
Yeah, packing up the Bardo. Gonna go in the wagon.
Okay.
I don't want to take a boat considering there's a dragon turtle in the Rylor Bay somewhere.
An angry one.
Yes.
Right.
So anyone who got 15 and above, you feel a subtle vibration like in the ground, like almost like tremors.
I don't like
Oh
that.
no.
I'm feeling fairly alarmed here.
I need to get on a roof.
That's my natural instinct, but there are no roofs handy. Are
Yeah,
we in the
you guys
wilderness?
are-
I get on the roof of the Bardo.
I'm
There's
gonna
trees.
melt into trees or foliage or something. Is there anywhere to hide? I need to hide immediately.
So it's kind of like grasslands, but it's sparsely populated by, trees. So there's trees and boulders and things like that.
Okay, I'll hide behind some boulders. Hopefully.
Okay. So
I don't know what I'm hiding from, but I just automatically go hide.
well, you go to find some boulders to hide by, and you find these really strange claw marks on them. Like something took a very large claw and his like gouged markings into it. Almost like the way an animal might mark its territory.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I won't go near the boulders then, and I'll back up to my friends and say, "There's giant claw marks, and maybe we should get out of this area."
So either Kenna or Agnetha. Agnetha, what skills do you have? Do you have survival or nature?
I do. I have survival, and I think nature. I think both. Maybe just survival.
Neither.
Survival.
Okay. So if you want to take a look and give me a check, you can.
Okay.
You're a bard, Kenna. You technically have all the skills.
What?
Jack of trades.
Ooh.
I only get half my proficiency bonus, but
I rolled a. My total would be a 10. So, I've been in the city for a while,
Definitely big claw marks.
Okay.
The only thing with the 10, what you do distinguish though is you actually believe it is separate creatures that made them at different times.
Can I do like an animal? No, I can't do that. Never mind.
But
Can I? Okay, so Agatha's gonna start scoping out the area. She's gonna start wandering around and looking around, see if there's anything else that I can find of these animals.
All right, give me a perception check.
16.
Okay, you see something kind of like crest through the earth and then sink back down.
Tremors!
It almost looked like almost like a fin or something.
Ladies, I have no idea what this is.
The claw
I don't
marks?
like this at all.
Did we see the fin?
The fin? In the earth? Like a mermaid on land?
Yeah, but much different. More like a
Or
shark.
like a dragon. Like a
a
fin.
shark.
Like a shark. Oh.
Did we see it too? Because
If Agnetha pointed it out to you guys, could have saw it. Or actually, both of you have really high passive perceptions.
Yeah.
So you did see it, but you each saw them in different places.
I think we're going to need a bigger Bardo. No, seriously though, let's jet.
You can take inspiration for that.
Thank you.
excellent.
Actually, you guys all have inspiration at this point.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Agnetha
thank you,
might...
boss.
Um,
Well, if I saw it, I'm gonna immediately shimmy up a tree and say, "There's something under the ground."
Yeah, we should probably steer clear of this area or be very careful if we're going to continue on because there's something strange going on here.
and as you say that, the ground erupts
Oh, good.
off to the side, and we're going to end right there.
Mm-hmm.
Open it with a fight. I like it.
Nice. I like it too. That's fun.
So
Oh,
thank you everyone for watching. Thanks to you guys for hanging out with me and playing games. We were up to like 30 some people watching. So, and I kind of like dropped the ball and sent the stuff out late today. So that was kind of cool for you guys to all show up and hang out with us and watch us play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. And we will be back here next Tuesday at the same time. So until next time, guys, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy. Thank you.
Stay nerdy.
Chosen to
This
kill
is the same thing, right,
Cusco's
Denise? Like,
poison.
this looks like it's the same thing. I don't really
That-
craft this stuff, but
I may not know much, but they do look exactly identical. So what does this mean? Does this mean you hired these people, Kenna? Is that you can come clean with me?
no. Why would I? They shot me. Why would I poison myself?
What an elaborate
I'm
ruse.
kidding,
No
I'm
one
kidding.
knows. Genius.
How about this guy we shot? He had a weird cloak on. I want to check out this cloak.
They're
about
just fancy cloaks.
Okay.
Can we steal them and wear them?
Well, they don't appear to be objecting.
Oh. I'm going to steal
All
it
right.
and put it on.
So
and
we
see how
have
it
a
feels.
prisoner. What are we going to do with our prisoner then?
Oh, so is the other one definitely dead?
The other one is definitely dead.
Okay.
Deneen will lean down to the body where it's and she says, "Yeah, now he is for sure."
Now he is.
Just in case.
Okay. So
She's been doing that lately.
I think we really need to carry this guy somewhere where he's not in the middle of a church cemetery, like tie him up and then question him after, because somebody sent them. Like, people like this don't just come at you for no reason.
You already know who sent them.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
Well, if you can believe Cyrune, but yeah.
Your family.
yeah, but if you got that other vial from the monarch or
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, we met the wyvern that it came from, so that's probably not the same source.
oh,
That part's a coincidence.
okay.
So can we believe Cyrone? Is that like a thing that we're comfortable with?
He's been yes, he's a mob boss. He murders people. He might have tried to kill me, but don't worry about that part, because
He's
we
also
had a
really
deal
good.
that he didn't have to keep, and he kept it. So by Rylar standards, that's super reliable.
Yeah, so far he's been pretty stand-up, I would say.
Yeah.
I can't decide whether I like him or not, because he's been really rude, but he's also really hot, and he's also kind of honorable, so I guess he's all right. Like,
He was in a tough spot, and we mutually resolved that. So
If you like the Nazi sort of guys, they're
like Stanley, he was in a tough spot, and we mutually worked that out.
Nazis, a bit of a stretch.
No.
He's
Total
not a
jerk.
human supremacist or anything.
What is he? Is he human? Is he completely human?
Remember, I keep saying she hates elves. So anyway,
Cyrune
what
Giant
are we gonna do with this guy?
is a very, very large human.
Yeah.
A large human.
Yeah, he looks humanish.
They call him Giant's Blood for a reason.
He's
It's
half
not
the
just how
enemy.
tall he is. I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
Never mind. He can't be a Nazi. He's Forgive me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, clearly we need to drag this guy into the confessional and see what he'll confess.
Clearly.
Oh, I don't know if the good friar would appreciate us
Okay.
interrogating someone in his
Well,
church.
let's interrogate him in the graveyard then. There's nobody else here.
There's like mausoleums and stuff.
I mean, that's a good point.
You got it. Well, didn't
Let's
he
go
break
into, I
into
want
one?
to do an interrogation in a mausoleum. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
Let's break into one with reverence
has
and
a key?
respect, of course. Yeah, keys, so quaint. Yeah, we'll just duck
Yeah.
in here and we'll let these people continue to rest while we question this guy. And then we'll decide whether he has to join them.
They could probably use some entertaining after being dead for so long.
Right.
So what does he look like?
I'll be polite about it. And as she's working on this mausoleum door.
They're both.
Who sometimes travel with her beloved spirit, Arak companion, Arun.
Yay, he's so
Whatever.
cute.
He is.
He's
He's
the
adorable.
Arun is a favorite. He leaves friends everywhere as he goes. And that brings us to Megan.
Yes, I am Megan R. Miller. I will be playing Kenna Hollythorn, Halfling Bard of Valor. I have a dog. His name is Monty. We don't remember each other still, but we're hoping eventually we'll be able to fix that.
There's been a bond struck nonetheless.
And I believe any day now there's a book that's going to come out with your name on it.
Oh, yeah, pretty soon. I just
What?
need to get my ass in gear.
You're writing a book? What?
I've written books. I have like
An author.
Well, of course.
I have like.
Are you
6 of
writing
them
another
available
one,
to
though?
purchase on it. Yeah, of course I am. I'm an author. That's what I do. I never stop.
Yay! That's awesome.
And Jen makes monsters, and she drops them nearly daily or weekly.
Yes.
Or a lot.
Yes, she
There's a
does.
lot of monsters.
It's a weird week, but usually 3 times a week.
Yes. So I believe when we left off, you guys seem to have a pair of assassins at your mercy. One may or may not be dead.
Yeah, I believe I was walking over to check on that one.
Okay.
And really to check pockets. I mean, let's be clear.
Mhm.
That's a thing.
It's important.
That's where we left off, right? We killed those
Yes.
guys, the assassins. Okay.
Well, one of them definitely
Well,
isn't
caught
dead.
one.
The other one is ambiguously dead.
Yeah. So did you guys, I seem to think, I thought you guys had kind of looted them last time, but maybe not.
We were going to, and then you cut it off, which led us to wonder if something was going to happen as part of that process.
Okay. So as you begin rifling through pockets, you do find a little bit of coinage. Between the two of them, there's like 20 silver pieces, 15 gold, and 3 platinum.
That's right. We did get loose.
Then each of them is wearing a gold with black enamel signet ring. And it basically looks like the letter C with the letter T kind of imposed on top of it.
Got it.
And they were each wielding, they each have a short bow with a quiver of 20 arrows, a pair of short swords, and a pair of daggers.
Do they have any poison? I seem to remember that those arrows were not regular arrows.
Yes, they are not. They do have. They each have a vial upon them. It is unmarked and unremarkable, and it has a viscous fluid in it. Actually, I believe Deneen and Kenneth and Agnetha have encountered it before, to be honest with you.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, Durwood used it.
Oh, it's
Durwood.
wyvern poison?
Durwood?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he was okay. No, that was before you were here.
Okay.
Okay, so Durwood was the dwarven guy who was distributing the stank, as it were.
Okay, I
Yeah.
remember that episode. I did watch it. I just wasn't here in character.
Sorry.
Deneen is oblivious, but she
I
assumes
morphed you
it's
in
poison.
early.
She assumes it's poison because we got poisoned.
No, actually, we have that poison on our persons. Like, and I'm gonna pull out a vial of it and be like, I know what this is.
It's like,
Dun, dun,
huh?
The poison.
Gonna
Good
be
luck
good.
with that.
A 6.
Nice. Okay.
I like it.
So there is an Assassin's Guild in Ryler. And there's a strong possibility these guys belong to it.
Mm.
And on the street, they just call it the company.
Okay. So maybe we don't want to piss them off too
And
bad.
you recognize
Probably not.
you kind of recognize the signet rings.
So does murdering assassins generally bring the entire guild down upon you to murder you and everyone you've ever loved or known?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I imagine
you
it
have
has
heard
some
the rumor,
dialogue in your
though.
line of work.
You have heard the rumor though that members of the company have never been known to break.
Good.
And
All right.
also, I believe earlier, like even one of the suggestions that was thrown out was the possibility of trying to bribe them and pay them more, and that's something else they would never do as well.
It's not done.
It's
So,
not
But
You
we're
give
not
like,
going to
like
try
a
to bribe
punch
you.
card to the spa or something.
okay, folks. So since these guys are probably members of the Assassin's Guild, and I do dimly remember something about them, the company they're called, they're not really known for cutting deals or breaking under questioning, because that's not a good way to continue your career or your life if you're an assassin. I think the only...
We have something to offer him that nobody else can give him.
namely his brother's life.
His brother.
Yeah. So I think that's the only thing.
Punch cards to our spa.
But further, of course, since they're assassins and they probably have a lot of money, we can further send the brother's soul onward so he can't be resurrected. So
we have the carrot and the stick.
Deal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I would just prefer that, I'm not like the most straight-laced of paladins, I'll admit, but I would just prefer that we not torture them. So if he doesn't go for the deal of us raising his brother, let's just kill him.
Well, if you start torturing people, they just start saying whatever they think you're going to hear, and you're not going to get any information from them.
Well, if he falls under the spell, at least he wouldn't be able to lie in what he'd offered. But still, on not so much about the torture.
I completely agree with you. Honestly, the idea just turns my stomach.
Yeah, that's not.
I prefer not to kill people when I can avoid it, but.
Oh, well, that I don't mind so much, but he tried to kill us first.
I mean, we'll do it if we have to.
We try to play nice. Usually.
Mm-hmm. Half of us do, at least.
Right.
God damn it, Agnetha.
Right.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm part of this half, and sometimes I'm part of the other half. But anyway.
And that's having a group.
It basically depends whether or not you've endangered a child. That seems to pretty much be it. At any rate, okay.
That's a good place to put the line, yeah.
There you go.
All right. So this guy's since I have manacles that I bought at the market, let's manacle this guy.
So he's very easy to manacle.
Yes. Excellent.
I should try on his cape and be like, what do you think?
It's a good look.
No, I'm going to ask him how I look.
Side of the mausoleum.
I'm going to ask him when you res him how I look in his clothing.
Oh, no.
Boy.
So complicated just to go live.
Something's happening.
Oh, goody.
What?
Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds, and I'm hanging out with the Nerdettes tonight. And we are playing some 5e D&D Scarlet Sisterhood. So we took last week off for reasons like Halloween or something.
Halloween?
Yeah, some of us have kids and stuff, and they want to do the trick-or-treating. So, and my kids actually still do trick-or-treat. Barely. One wasn't going to do it this year. He's like, I'm not doing it because people gave him a hard time last year. But then he's like, screw it. I want candy.
You're like, get your ass outside. You're going to do it.
So, but we're back. And I guess we'll let Megan do the recap. And then we'll go around and everyone can say who they are and what they're doing.
All
right. So last week we didn't play because, as Dave said, it was Halloween. But last session, the week before that, we were finally back in Gryffindor, and on one particular outing, we had a visit from a suspicious raven that we were trying to pretend we didn't notice until Agnetha mooned it and kind of ruined that. But it was hilarious, so that's okay. Anyway, we finally approached it, and the bird vomited up a note that we didn't really want to touch, but had to anyway, and it burned as we were reading it, so we couldn't really keep it or anything. But it was from Cyrune, and it was telling us that the twins are coming. And then we found out from Catherine the Neen that the twins are these infamous assailants from Rylor, and that none of us were really sure what we looked like, so we went and warned our loved ones that there were going to be suspicious characters about and began to batten down the hatches for the storm to come. On one end of town, Deneen had a brief altercation with one, while the other one straight up shot Kenna in the back on her way to the church. Deneen proceeded to gather the rest of the party, and we all met up at the church, where we decided to set a trap for the hunters in the cemetery out back. They were crafty, but we were a little bit craftier, and now we have them in custody, as something Dave said last week implied that the one we thought we killed might not actually be dead after all.
That's right.
Ooh, that's right. Then we kicked their butts, didn't we? Like
That's
off
right.
of tops and stuff. We were like awesome.
Thank you for glossing over the fact that Agnetha and Kath were day drunk when shit went down.
Oh,
it's just another day.
I forgot about that.
You know,
they were. They absolutely were.
So before we get into things for people who maybe join us for the first time, or maybe they've forgotten, if you guys want to just introduce yourself and your characters.
Should I start with? I don't know who's first, but I guess I'll start, right?
That'll work.
Okay. Hello, I am Samantha, and I'm playing Agnetha, the half-elf barbarian, who now has an awesome glaive streaming with magic that can, like, put up vine walls, like thorny vine walls. Pretty cool. But, you know, you'll get to know me. Here I am.
So, Jen, jump in there.
So I'm Jen from Pixelscapes. I'm playing Deneen, or should I say Deneen, a wood elf rogue with a little bit of cleric. And
Hoorah.
it's
Go,
fun.
Jen. Go, Janine.
And then we have Gina.
I'm Jean. I am playing Ayrton. Who am I? Sorry, I'm in so many D&D games. Which one is this?
All the D&D
Character am I? Oh no, I know. I do know. I'm playing Ayrton. Yeah, Ayrton Pericath, who is a tiefling paladin of the Beggar King.
Humans with very light frames, light builds. They actually almost like they're built almost like dancers, very graceful, long dark hair. Kind of they look kind of goth.
Hot.
Dark eyes.
This is clearly the perfect place for him.
And they also are twins, identical. So they look
Ooh.
Ooh, so the twins thing was like a real twins thing in the note.
Yeah.
Oh no, is he gonna be like super badass because we killed the
I'll bring the body too.
You mean because he came here and stupidly endangered his life by trying to murder us? Yes.
I mean, he did, but the thing is, if it comes down to it, if they make the deal sweet enough, we can fix that. So we'll see.
Hmm.
We will see.
So I'm gonna prop the body up and tie it up too, because
I could have fixed it if I thought about it in like the first minute, but it's been a little bit long for me to bring him back.
I'm pretty sure I have Raised Dead. I've used it before.
We'll
Okay.
talk to him and see.
Okay.
See
Just
how
leave it
goes.
more expensive.
So you guys, after you wait a little while, unless you use magic or something, it takes a little bit, but you can he'll definitely wake up.
Oh, he was unconscious? Do we want to set anything up beforehand, like pretend his twin is elsewhere and going to tell us everything?
If he's unconscious, can he
I am
auto
up on
fail
the
Zone
other
of
side
Truth?
Ooh.
Yeah, I suppose he could, but unconscious people aren't very talkative.
But like
But then you wake him up.
him up shortly after, the spell lasts like 10 minutes, yes?
That is devious and underhanded, and I love it.
I like you being awful, Cat.
I'm not so sure this spell works that way. Is that the plan? You're gonna try and cast? Are you gonna cast a spell?
We'll try it. I
Well,
mean,
let's look at it.
harm in
Let's find out.
trying it?
In the meantime, what else is going on? So what else? What other devious thing do you guys want to set up?
Yeah, it has to start its turn. It has to enter it for the first time or start its turn there. So it'll probably happen on his first turn.
Yeah, I would say unconscious. He doesn't get a turn. So once
And
he
you know whether they succeed or fail on the throw.
Yeah, so at least there's that. I mean, it might not stick to him, but I'll know.
Okay, so
Can I cast another one on top of it if it doesn't work and make him make the save twice?
I guess you would be able to do that. You're just gonna be like, we're just gonna keep.
All right, so we've got 2 shots at this. We got this. Do it.
So Deneen doesn't understand what you're doing. So you're gonna magic this guy?
Thank you, dear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try and make it so that he can't lie. Like, I can't force him to answer, but there's a chance I can make it so at least he can't lie. And if he'd be unable to. And I'll know whether or not he's able to, or whether or not he can resist the magic.
We can have fun with this, you know?
Technically, this is going to affect us as well.
Yeah.
That is
really?
neither here nor there.
There's that as well, but
it's 15 feet. Just step out of it.
But we just won't ask you any questions.
Mausoleum.
So before you guys even start with the interrogation, I will say Deneen can give me an intelligence check.
Sure. Straight intelligence.
You can add history to it.
Go, Janine.